Hey, what's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? It is Wednesday night. Excuse me. Oh, still got that turned on. My bad. Okay. So tonight it's going to be a shorter stream tonight. We're just going to be playing a little bit of Historic tonight. I'm probably going to play about an hour, maybe a little over. I've got a Rocket League thing I'm trying to be a part of, and I need to practice for that. So it's going to be a shorter stream tonight. But we're going to play Rakdos Kroxa in Historic. The only thing that I really feel like I'm missing from the deck is a Fabled Passage. I ran out of wild cards. So we're gonna be playing an extra swamp as opposed to a second Fabled Passage, which I think is better. But it's basically the same deck that it is in Historic, or I mean in Pioneer, except you get Inquisition of Kozilek, which is actually really good. Actually, really helps a lot. I'm really pretty excited to play this and try it and see what it looks like. I haven't really had a chance to play it yet, and works out that all of the challenges. Oh, works out that all of the challenges, traditional, historic, ranked, Rakdos, Kroxa, that all of the challenges are cast red or black cards. So our daily challenges are going to get met pretty easily in our 4 or 5 games that I play tonight. Um, all right, get our record up on the screen here. Get it going. We are on the draw. I think this hand's just fine. Couple removal spells, couple of hand disruption spells. Inquisition our opponent. See what they're working with. All right. So let's see if they drew something else for us to take here. I don't know if they did or not, but it seems worth it to at least cast it because we're not doing anything else with our turn. They did. They drew Knight of the Reliquary. All right. I didn't realize that card was legal in this format, but we are going to take it. Had a couple red sources that we need, but we still have one red source for our Bedevil, so it's okay. We are going to put our opponent to 19 and say go because we're going to have Bedevil for the Karn here. Now, we'll allow them to get something, but so this actually isn't a bad exchange here. We get to sack this and draw some cards, and we get to Fatal Push the Dread Presence. And we get to run out our Arcanist. Feels pretty good to me. We have yet to hit a Kroxa, but we have hit multiple red sources that we needed. 4 of them to be exact. He gets Grafdigger's Cage, it's fine. We have Bedevil for that. I guess we'll Inquisition them and see what's up. Take Elvish Reclaimer. And then we'll have Push if we need it, and Bloodchief's Thirst next turn.
My purpose is greater than myself.
Feels like Abzan mid-range, like ramp kind of thing. Spells your opponent's cast cost 2 more to cast. Okay. Alright, we still haven't hit a Kroxa, but we can Fame next turn to cast the... Probably going to name non-land here. Gets the Gitrog monster. Okay. Sacrifice, unless you sacrifice a land. It's an additional 3 to kick this. And there's not one in here. Oh, I can't do that, can I? Well, that was a mistake. Probably cost us the game, honestly. Gitrog monster draws them some cards.
I am Karn. I am not frightened by you.
And maybe we get lucky and he turns it into a 6/6. Land. Interesting. Yep, we go to 12. Okay. Yep, that's fine. It's not great for us, but it has to be fine. Like, I can't pay for that, can I? Guess we're just saying go. We're gonna hope we get to pay 3 to Fatal Push that Pharaoh's gift, and then I don't know what else we're doing if we do that, so.
Stand down.
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, that was a pretty unfortunate series of draws. We had a lot of answers there. Braids, Bedevils, Thoughtseize, Inquisition, Duress. Fatal Push does not seem great. Cut a claim. Yeah, I guess we'll try it like that. Not exactly sure what we're... Like, we didn't see a Kroxa at all that game. Or a second red source. I think this is a mulligan. I think this hand's a lot better. We keep this, put the mountain on the bottom. I was like, our opponent will probably keep, even if their hand is not great, just because they know we're playing a ridiculous amount of discard spells. Play this, say go. Yeah, this is just like Abzan mid-range, and I mean, to be fair, it doesn't seem terrible. Start trying to apply as much pressure as we can here. Feed the Swarm would be pretty good here. Yep.
I advise that you yield. I will not stop.
Okay, so we bedevil the Karn, make a couple tokens.
I will return.
Thoughtseize you, make a couple more tokens. Say go, maybe. Yeah, I mean, with 6 tokens, we can start trying to apply the pressure, as long as they don't draw another Fabled Passage. What do they name here? That's pretty good. Oh, they did draw a Fabled Passage. Well, we weren't winning this game no matter what happened. That and on top of everything else, we just haven't seen a Kroxa yet. wanted to see a instant sorcery there of some kind, but nope, no attacks. Land or a spell for them is just really bad for us. We're just kind of forced to take 8 here. Actually, no, we're not, because we can put one into the bin. Block these guys, play Kroxa next turn. Maybe have some chance of setting up here. They don't draw a removal spell or something here. We could probably actually turn this around. Okay. Yep. They get to get a land off of this, which is pretty good. Might just be dead here. I think I am just dead here. Yeah, because they get Fabled Passage, make 2 more guys. Alright, well, it was a less than fortunate game for us, basically all the way around. I mean, from the start of that game, that was pretty tough situation. We pretty much got behind game 1 and just never caught back up. It's a pretty bad spot to be in, honestly, just with the way everything played out. Because like game 1, like we had Inquisition and could never take their Karn. They drew into multiple things, and we just never drew a second red source. Guess we can try this. Play it tapped. Another playing Luris, but they might not play a 1-drop here. Feels like they're playing auras of some kind. Yep. Like now, whether it's white blue or white black is what changes everything. I think I'd rather take the staggering inside here. I'm also going to attack here because if they want to trade their Selfless Savior for my Young Pyromancer, they're giving up their protection on their creature, which makes our Fatal Push better next turn, so I'm okay with that. Yep, take 2. Village Right's one of these bad boys. Draw a couple cards. It's turn 8, and I have 9 lands out in Tron. I'm pretty over the shuffler. Yeah, it can be pretty dumb sometimes, honestly. So, we had downside with the Village Rights, but allowed us to play our Fatal Push. Yeah, the shuffler on Moto can be pretty rough, man, sometimes. I won't lie to you. It can be pretty rough. Now we can hold up Village Rights here if we need it for anything. I mean, I don't think we will, but Actually, I think we're just going to go ahead and sack this to draw a card to try and find a land to play our bedouble with. The Joe Plains are going to put Luris into their hand. We are going to... yeah, we're going to Thought Seize it because we're going to play the Arcanist. Don't care about the Spell Pierce. I mean, like, it could get us later, but I doubt it. Alright. Don't think we want that. This does not feel like a Village Rites matchup. Feels like we want as much hand disruption as possible, though. Maybe not the 2 Duresses. That might be a little bit of overboard. Nah. And they have things that fly, so tokens aren't always the best. He has out 3 Alpine Moons. Who plays that card, lol? I mean, playing 3 Alpine Moons seems pretty aggressive. Like, playing Alpine Moon doesn't seem crazy to me, but playing 3 of them seems pretty aggressive. This hand's really good. Really like this hand. We can lead on Inquisition here, especially after our opponent's mulliganed. He hit Tower on 2, then Blaststone on 3, then Sanctum the turn before I cast the Karn. Wow, that's pretty good. Pretty good odds there to hit stuff like that. Inquisition. See what our opponent's got. I don't care about that Cartouche Solidarity. We're going to beat the Selfless Savior, no problem. We do care about that Core Spirit Dancer, though. Staggering Insight's pretty good, actually. Take Cartouche. Magma Spray this. This feels like a really bad matchup for the Auras player. Like, every time I've ever played against this, I'm always like, you know what? Like, this isn't good. Like, I mean, I'm okay with taking 3 here, or 4 or 5, honestly, but we're just going to force them to decide what they want to do. No blocks. Willing to take 3 to see what you do. I imagine he's going to put Luris into his hand. They could be playing the pro black guy in their sideboard. But we're gonna get the Magma Spray anyway, just because it guaranteed deals the damage this way. I mean, if that's something they're willing to do, I'm okay with that. Yeah, we're just gonna start pushing the tempo. Try to go after their life total here. Kroxa is a good way to do that. I mean, if they ever go for put Luris into their hand, like, we have go blank to just get that in their graveyard all at one time. Actually, not a bad draw step for them. So the cool thing is that we get to Fatal Push this. Probably going to pay for life, go to 4, and then we're going to Fatal Push it again. And they're going to have to let it go because if not, they die. And then they're going to go to 3. Yep, say go. Cool. Yeah, this is one of those matchups that kind of almost feels like a free roll when I play it. Every time I've ever played this matchup, which has not been a lot, but it feels like a bad matchup for them. We just have so much removal. Oh, we're 1-1 now. 60 card decks typically have 23 to 27 lands, depending on average spell cost and deck plan. The auto land tool adds 24. I've always noticed that it doesn't matter if I'm putting together mono red aggro or blue white control, it always has 24 lands in that. So it's interesting. I've never seen that note, but I'm not surprised to see it say that. So there's 23 lands in our deck. I think we can keep this hand. Honestly, like I know it's very greedy, but I think it's worth. I think we can get away with keeping this hand. We have removal and we have a fatal push and 2 hand disruption spells. Our opponent's on a mulligan anyway. Now we didn't know that, but take Search for Azcanta. That's a card that can really get them out of a hole. Probably gonna get an island here off the Fabled Passage. Well, this is greedy. You talking about my keep? Is that what you mean? Yeah, this hand was very greedy to keep. Interesting. I sit down to see you thought seizing with a 1-lander. I mean, yeah, like I kept 1 land off Inquisition thought seizing company. Hopefully we draw a red source here so we can play our Kroxa. There's 23 lands in our deck, so it's not like horrible. That's not good. It's like literally the only land that I didn't want to draw was one of our 4 swamps and Castle Lochthwain. I guess that helps to some extent. And you can't activate Fatal Push on that, or Field of Ruin on that, can you, big boy? So next turn we have Kroxa and Claim. Unless they have like a Stifle here. I don't think Stifle's in this format, but at this point it wouldn't surprise me. And Cast Down like almost does virtually nothing. Like sure, Cast Down can pick off one of our threats, but I don't see it being super relevant. Curious to see what they discard. Torrential Gearhulk. Alright, cool. Fabled Passage would be a great draw step here. It would allow us to play our Kroxa. I only didn't want to draw a fourth of my lands. I mean, that makes sense to me. What do you play, like 18 or 19 in Tron? Thought I was sitting awfully low for some reason. Didn't play a land, didn't anything. Just says go. Alright. We're just gonna play both of our threats and say go here. You said you only didn't want to draw the swamps or castles, or... Oh, I got you. I'm following. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice to have drawn things that weren't that. Like that. That wasn't a mountain there. It's a little greedy, but we're gonna go for it. Choose those 5. Alright, he had a sorcery. Alright, puts us in a pretty good spot, I feel like. We're gonna play this and attack. Even better. Get the garbage out of here. We have village rights in case he tries to go for something crazy. Alright, our opponent concedes. How do you feel about those IOKs? I mean, honestly, man, like, I'm playing IOK right now and I'm thinking, holy god, I wish I had this in Pioneer. Like, it's just, it's so good. Oh, the art. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Um, a lot of these, like the Mystical Archive cards, feel like they were designed to be like in the movie Tron. So I don't know. It feels kind of weird to me. I don't really know. Like the art's cool and all, but I could live without it personally. Cut 4 fatal pushes and try it that way. Might be Shark Typhoons in my future that I should have fatal pushes to play around, but Bloodchief's Thirst does actively pick off the 6-drop Torrential Gearhulk, so I can't decide if I want to finish with those or the Eldrazi ones. I don't know which Eldrazi ones. I'd have to look and see which ones you're talking about. Alright, our opponent concedes. Um, I've come to learn recently that a lot of people don't like playing against this Kroxa deck. The dark art ones. I'm not sure which ones you mean, buddy. I'd have to look and see what you're talking about. We're going to open this pack that we just got. We have 10 mythics and somehow no rare cards. Somebody's going to have to explain to me how that makes any sense. Mythic should be the hardest card to get, but... oh, yeah, the ones... sadly, you saying the ones that read play does help. I think I like those better, honestly, but I don't know. These are pretty cool. I mean, it's all dealer's choice, obviously. It's a card art, but I do like both, so I wouldn't judge you for either. I think this hand is fine. Hopefully our opponent's not playing like mono red. That's the issue. You own 2 of both. I mean, it's pretty crazy that you own 2 of both of them, honestly. We're gonna lead on Thoughtseize. This is interesting. I think we're gonna take Archon of Emeria. Alright, makes a 1/1. I can live with that. So we know there's not any more mountains coming our way. At least we know that. And it's driving you crazy. I mean, just buy 2 of the other one then, man. Like, just flip a coin if you don't know what to do. Like, you get to hit our citrus supplier here, or you get to hit our like one of our village rights. Like, and honestly, yeah, I was like, I would have done that personally. Luminarch Aspirant Unknown in their hand. See what they choose to discard. Oh, I have to hold control to do that? Oh. Okay. I didn't realize I had to be in like full control mode to do that. I thought it just let me do that. But okay, that's weird. Okay. That's a pretty good one to take. No attacks. We're going to block and Village Rites, and if we don't get to block, they don't attack and give us that option, we're just going to Village Rites anyway. Alright, if they want to keep chipping in for 3 like this, like I'm kind of okay with this. Yep, sack Supplier. Trigger. The Devil would have been a good one. Claim and Fatal Push. We didn't draw a land? Holy Mother of God. How do we not draw a land? That's... Alright. I guess sometimes you're the bug and sometimes you're the windshield. Alright, well hopefully... Man, I don't know. Hopefully this is... What? I love you too, baby. Alright, so they're attacking with everything, so... I mean, we need to block or we're dead, obviously. We're going to cast a Village Rites. Try and draw some cards. We'll probably hit a land now. Yeah, shocking. So we can claim something. Sorry, this is just really tough. I'm trying to... Figuring out how to not die here. We're going to block with something, and then we're going to Fatal Push the Flyer, because if not, we're just going to die to it. Actually, if they use the Haship Oasis on this here, we're just dead anyway, aren't we? And we're just going to look and see. But yeah, we're just dead. Okay. Well, what format are we testing Friday? Testing, sorry, I just saw this. Testing Modern for this Sunday. Okay. I don't know how I feel about Magma Spray in this matchup. A Braid doesn't seem honestly that great either. Claim to Fame. Yeah, I don't know. We'll try it like this and see what happens. We want as much removal as we can have here. Play first. Okay, we're gonna try it. Make a 1/1, sure. And if we draw a land here, we can go Pyromancer into Thoughtseize next turn, unless it's a mountain. I am okay with trading, like making this trade right here. This is completely okay with me. If they want to put everything in front, I'm going to kill the Luminarch Aspirant. Yeah. Lose that, that's fine. Then next turn we have Young Pyromancer into a Braid, which is good because we get to make 2 tokens. Now we have a Braid during their turn, which is also really good. Wait, what happened? Oh, I'm so dumb. Just realized what I did. The land comes into play tapped. I wasn't even thinking about that. That's just poor play. Like, just straight up, that's just me being bad. Really would have liked to have hit a Kroxa there. Also really like to hit a removal spell. Take 3. I'm pretty convinced that if it was a removal spell, they would have played it, so we're just going to run this out here. And then not attack. We basically just have to figure out a way to beat the Flyers. I was going to say Flyer, but it's Urs now. We are going to go to 8, and then we'll go to 2 off of this. This feels pretty good here. Cast with Escape. Did he literally just say the exact same thing? It's because it is. It's so true. All right, let's hope he doesn't draw that +3/+3 land. Yep. We go to 2. We need a removal spell here. All right. Bedevil this guy. Make 3 blockers. Make 3 attackers, really. In this situation is what we're doing. And then they're going to concede because they don't have anything to do after combat, which is good. Okay. Worked out pretty well. Magma Spray is good against the 3/1. Magma Spray is not good against the 3/3. It's good against Luminarch Aspirant. I assume they're playing Llanowar Elf. We'll cut Claim and bring it in because I don't know what else to cut. This doesn't really feel like we want to be picking their hand apart kind of matchup. This feels more like we want to. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Thoughtseize and Inquisitions are important, but I was like, if they play Hash Up Oasis into that, that means that they're light on lands, which means we're gonna Magma Spray this guy, and then next turn we'll probably play Inquisition or Thoughtseize depending on what they do. Magma Spray? Alright, so we run out Arcanist. Alright, we can beat Archon of Emeria. I don't know how yet, but we can. Definitely think the auto tapper got him there. Okay, removal spell. We're going to take their Baffling End. We're not going to attack, and then we're going to Village Rites during their turn, hopefully into something good. Hopefully into, like, Fabled Passage and... Okay, if you're going to use it to pick apart our graveyard, that's fine. You're not adding anything to the board. We're going to go to 14 off of this. We are going to Village Rites our Arcanist away so that we can... We're going to give them a 4-4 for free here, which I don't really care about. That's fine. I'm more interested in drawing cards. This is really bad. Yeah, we have to find a removal spell here. Like, and this Archon of Emeria is just really lined up against our hand. Might as well save some damage here. We're gonna Village Rites this anyway. I don't really care that they're eating our graveyard so much as I care that... It's fine. We just... Hmm. So now we've got to beat 2 of these stupid ass looking things. To do that so I can Fatal Push this. Ow. Alright. Okay, goes to 6. They can put it to 8. Just fine. Alright, we need this one to be a good draw step. Bedevil. My Braid does not count. Feed the Swarm does not count. So we need Fatal Push, Bloodchief Thirster, Bedevil here. Our removal spells that work. Yeah, they target the right thing and then we die. Okay. Alright, well, we had a good match. Was a hard fought match. I've played this matchup a couple times, and every time I've played it, it's either we removal spell the shit out of everything they're doing and we win, or they draw like they have like good draw steps against our awkward hand and we can't do anything. Why is my chair sinking? This hand's bad. We're gonna mulligan. Put mulligans too. This hand's a lot better. We'll keep this and put a claim on the bottom. Thought Seize when our opponent's on a mulligan is cool. Our opponent has Inquisition. If they want to protect their hand, they're going to take Thought Seize. If they don't have multiple removal spells, they'll take one of our creatures. Oh. I'm definitely going to get a swamp here. There's just more use for black in the deck than there is red. Go to 18, play our Arcanist. Vanishing Verse is pretty good. Hopefully we hit a land here. We're going to play this since they go, and then if they go for a removal spell, we are going to blue, black, white, black, and then Mardu. Okay. Clean to dust our Thoughtseize. Makes sense. Expressive iteration. Alright, is this Niv? This feels like this has to be Niv. Okay. And we're gonna attack. And then we have Village Rights for whichever one he targets. Niv, okay. Make a token, draw a couple cards. Bloodchief's Thirst is a good one. Attack for 3. We can always Kroxa and have Village Rights and then claim Kroxa. So we can really try to pick apart his hand next turn. Return Dave to his hand. Kill my Pyromancer. Makes sense. Attack for 2. Kroxa. Take another card. And then Niv will draw them more cards next turn. I mean, Red Land would be great. Red Land would allow us to cast Kroxa and start going to work that way. Lord. Okay. Alright. I mean, if you want to take your turn off to go to 10 and maybe not completely take your turn off, but basically take your turn off. Play that tap to say go. He gets a Prismari command, which he can cast. Alright. That's our opponent's second Drown in the Loch, and that's a good one. Alright, our opponent's drawing pretty hot right now.
I know what must be done. Let's
So I've had as few cards as our opponents have. They're doing really well. Interesting. Oh, that's not good. Alright, this game's over. Let's try it like that and see what happens. Darren. Darren. Zoo sweet kitty. Alright, down a game to 5-color Niv. Keep this pitch to Village Rights. Thought sees you. Okay. Lands, Clarion. Drown in the Lock. Oh my god. Kept 3 lands and I've drawn 3 lands. It's not good. It's not what you want to see from a deck like this. Good news is that Drown in the Lock's not doing shit. Yep, take our Lyris. That blows. They pilled the Inquisition off the top to beat our... to beat up on our Lyris there. It was pretty good for them. I mean, we've drawn nothing but lands. Yeah, sacrifice one of these things. Let's try to draw something. Do anything at this point. We get to take a card. Jesus, of course. Yeah, we should leave it that way. Bedevil there. This is my last match. I don't know what it's like. I'm a Bagnun. I suck at Rocket League. I don't know what these people are like. There's a long list of reasons I didn't want to stream this. A long list, not a whole list. I'm very nervous. Can't confirm. Are you talking? I can't hear you. My headset's really turned up. And when we get rid of this one, they'll put one in the yard and then we can recast this. Alright. Feels like this is turning out to be an actual game here. Man, if they discarded Expressive Iteration there, I was like, their last card must be Niv or Bring to Light or something. Or Bring to Light's not in this format, is it? I mean, we've had a ton of hits here. Like, we've had a ton of really good hits here, and none of it's mattered. Like, our hand has been really good. We've made them discard basically their entire hand twice now, and they've peeled 2 nibs right off the top exactly when they needed it, and because of it, we're gonna lose. Like, this is the one thing I really dislike about this deck is that it's not really like, honestly, like, a lot of people will hate me for this statement, but Nib is not a skill-based deck. Like, Niv is, can I peel Niv or bring to light off the top? because every time I play against something, I put them in a spot where it's like if you don't have it, you lose, and inevitably they always have it. Take 5, go to 5. Attack for 1. They're going to go to 3 here off the Cloythus trigger. It's going to be them eating our Kroxa. And then inevitably we're going to lose. They're just going to Lightning Helix us. They don't even have to do anything else. Alright, well, you guys got to see right there why I hate Niv. That's why I don't really feel like playing Niv like in any format, whether it's Pioneer, it's Modern, it's Historic is a skill-based game. I've always straight up just felt like this deck is just like, oh, like after my opponent tries to run me over or pick my hand apart, like do I draw what I need kind of thing. So um, I know we went 2 and 3, but I really like the deck tonight. I think maybe we need to cut a land, like maybe cut a swamp. Um, when we play this next time, it feels really good though. I think Inquisition is a really good add to the deck. I think it really helps pick apart a lot of things. Like Thoughtseize is probably like one of my favorite turn one plays in the Pioneer version. So having Inquisition and Thoughtseize is really good. Maybe we should be on more copies of those. It just felt like this was a good place to start. I don't know, but deck felt pretty good. If you come by, that's actually the whole stream tonight. I'm going to be playing in this minor league esports thing and trying to qualify for that. So if you stopped by, I appreciate it. Probably last time I'm streaming this week. So I'll see you guys next week.